Hey guys, it's Katie at scrappinkaty.ctmh.com, and I have a few quick tags to show you using the buildable tags from the core catalog, the Holly and Ivy collection, which will retire on October 31st, a new stamp set, which will debut on November 1st on my website, and then some of the holiday sequins from my online portion of my website. Now here is a look at the buildable tags, and I have already cut all the pieces off camera, but I love that it comes with this little pocket that I am adhering together. Now I am using liquid adhesive, that's probably the best, or some sort of really strong tape adhesive. And then what I love about the buildable tags is that little pocket actually goes on top of the tag, so you don't see the back. So if you were to tie this onto like a gift bag or something like that, the back of this tag is all neat and you don't see any of those little wraparounds from that pocket. Now this is that adorable stamp set that will debut on November 1st, and it is called If Snowflakes Were Kisses, I believe. I'll leave the link down below. But it's just super cute. This one does come with a thin cut, and so it makes it really easy. I don't have to fussy cut anything. And then I just love this little pumpkin. Pumpkin, penguin. And so I inked him up with just black ink, and then I'm taking some of our tri-blend markers. Now, my favorite one to kind of mimic white is the ice gray marker. So I've just outlined all of that white of his face, and then I'm going to take the blending tool later and kind of blend that in. Now for his scarf, I did do paper piecing. So that means that I just stamped him on a piece of pattern paper and cut it out. And then right here, I am coloring the little part that goes over his head of his earmuffs. And then of course the little beak is the same color. And here's where I'm taking that blending marker to kind of blend in that ice gray to make his face look white. Now I am going to adhere him kind of like he's peeking out of the pocket. So I just applied liquid adhesive on the bottom of that scarf. And then the stamp set comes with a bunch of little sentiments. So I'm just going to ink this little sentiment up in black ink and then stamp it on that portion of the tag to the left and above that little cute penguin. Now for the tie, I am a lover of everything black and white gingham. And since the little penguin is black, I thought that black and white gingham would go perfect for this. Now remember, if you tie this on a bag, again, that back side is all nice and neat because of that pocket building on top of the tag instead of wrapping around. Now, another neat feature of the buildable tags is it comes with a couple of really like inserts that you also punch out of the tag shape. And so I'm going to make a shaker with this one. I'm going to start by stamping just a sentiment onto that base tag, and then I'm going to start building my shaker. Now, Close to My Heart does carry shaker shapes, but I didn't have one that fit this tag. Now, I could have just run my transparency sheet through my die cut machine with that rounded top tag, but I decided to go the hard route and just cut one. Now, for my shakers, I just use plain old transparency sheets that you get at a teacher store, back in the old days. Well, I say old days, when I was younger, it feels like old days. You know how you would have the transparency little machine and they would write on that and then display onto their board. Now, you do need a strong adhesive to adhere that transparency sheet to, so I just used my tear tape. I'll leave links down to everything down below. And then again, to create the shaker, I'm using my foam tape to just run that foam all the way around that little hole that was cut out with that rectangle shape from these buildable tags. Now, you do need a thin, as in width, foam tape to make this work. And then I am just going to start adhering these little sequins down. Now, I did use my anti-static pouch just to take the static off of that base tag. And then I'm just applying some liquid adhesive, and then I have my holiday loose sequins out. Now, these still are available on my website on the online portion, but I'll leave a direct link down below. And I'm just adhering some, and then some will shake. Now, I did realize that I didn't leave enough space for that foam tape around, so I've moved those up just a little bit. And then I will take a little spoon and sprinkle some onto this base, and we'll build from there. Now, in this instance, less is more. I do have a sentiment that I do want to show when these little shakers and loose gems are in there. So I don't really want to pack this shaker very full. And I definitely want to spread them out so there's not a lot of bulk. So my little foam acetate piece will fit perfectly on top. So I'm just going to peel the backing off of this foam tape, and then we can turn this over and adhere it to the base of that tag. Now, again, you could also decorate the top portion of this tag, but I just think with these shakers and then, of course, that sentiment in the middle, and then I'm about to tie some hemp through that little hole, and I think it's just perfect just the way it is. And again, these buildable tags are from the core catalog. Should be around for a year, but while supplies last. So here are some close-ups. And then I also want you to pay attention that at the end, I also have a little Halloween tag that I created, and I just stuffed some candy down into that pocket. And that pocket is perfect for gift cards, cash, anything that you can imagine. So these buildable tags can be used for any occasion. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. If you liked what you saw, please hit that like button and consider leaving a comment. And as always, I would love to have you hit the subscribe button and sign up for notifications so you won't miss another crafty video. You guys have a wonderful week and happy Halloween.